leadership, a subject that is so dear to me and I'm very passionate about. And in today's segment, I want to actually talk to you about an interesting principle, and that is the giant sequoia principle. Yes, it's about the giant sequoia tree, and how can we use some of the factual things that we'll learn today about the giant sequoia tree, and how can we apply that into an area of reference to leadership. One of the facts about the giant sequoia is this, that it has the thickest bark out of all the trees in the whole world, and sometimes this bark can be up to 3 feet wide. Can you imagine that? The bark on the giant sequoia tree could be as thick as 3 feet. That is phenomenal. That is amazing. And I guess the lesson here is, how can we use that factual aspect and apply it in a leadership form, as a leadership principle, that as leaders, our mental attitude needs to be thick and resilient. In other words, as leaders, we need to have the right mental attitude. A lot of times, especially as it relates to criticisms and to critics. Anyone that tries to do something, anyone that tries to achieve anything in their personal life and their business endeavors, they're going to get critiqued, they're going to get criticized. And I've already felt, a good share of that in my personal life, especially when I started to write books. These people coming out of the woodwork. Stan, I don't like the way you wrote the book. That doesn't make sense. Oh, that's a very horrible book. They'll give me 2 stars, so on and so forth. And sure, in the beginning it bothered me a little bit, but I also understood that whenever you're trying to do something, it doesn't matter what it is, especially when it comes to adding value to someone else, you will get criticized. You will get when somebody tries to give you constructive criticism, it's one thing, but oftentimes people are out there to criticize you, to bring you down, to say negative things about who you are and what you do. So in reference to the giant sequoia, it is so important for us to grasp that as much as that tree bark is so thick that protects the actual tree from whether it's weather, from fires, from insects, so on and so forth, we as leaders, or anyone that's in a leadership position who's a person of influence, you need to understand that your attitude needs to be strong and resilient. And by having a strong mental attitude, that no matter what criticism is thrown at you, no matter what negative words people say against you, no matter even people coming to you face and telling you you suck, you're horrible, so on and so forth, it doesn't matter. We'll just smile to them and move on with our life. So as leaders, we need to have a very strong and mental attitude. Until next time, guys.